Welcome to Mind Your Moments, where we invite you to bloom forward with us as we dive into professional wellness, personal growth, and honest conversations around mental health. She's Anna.
And she's Crystal. And together we have over 3 decades of serving the behavioral health space. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Mind Your Moments.
I'm always so happy when the whole gang is here. That's
too.
when we have really great conversations. And just a little backstory real quick. We're all 3 sitting here talking about when we're going to record this Mind Your Moments podcast episode. And we're like trying to make dates and like do all the things. And there's 3 of us, so it's hard to get together.
Schedules.
My schedule, her schedule, her other schedule, and so on and so forth. So we're like, we're doing this now, aren't we? Yes.
We're doing it.
In this moment. We're
Mm-hmm.
So
in this mindful moment.
Yes. Well, yes. And we took action.
We did.
So proud that we are able to take action and be here together right now.
Really, really. And I think part of us coming together was in preparation for Thursday morning's Mind Your Moments virtual gathering. And I'm glad that we did come together because you guys identified something that I wasn't really aware of. And now that you're speaking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? So what did you call it, Carly? Was the
summer slump.
I wonder if there's an actual definition.
Oh,
you should look it up. Yeah.
I am. So summer slump.
But it happens in not just like out of school, but with therapists and their clients. And there was like a call I was on a while ago with like a tech company who does therapy flow, like the creators of therapy flow. They're talking about preparing for the summer slump just a few months before summer kicked in because of the like low appointments and things like that for therapists. Specifically, it was for like for therapy flow, the CMR program. But they talked about it, and I was like, it's so true. But for everyone though, because like with my kids being home, it's a lot. It's chaos. Being a working mom, working full time, working in substance use mental health. Like there's so many different things where I'm like, summer slump is real for everybody. So it definitely can be a hot topic.
It says when I looked it up, Crystal, it says the summer slump typically describes a noticeable decline in motivation, productivity, or business activity during the warmer summer months.
Mm-hmm.
So even motivation, which is interesting.
Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense. And so we kind of stumbled on this conversation, like we're talking about different things for Thursday and just how routine changes during the summer. And like for me, Carly mentioned a couple of things, but for me, like with my kiddos, like not being in school and like the routine changes. And so like there's all these adjustments that happen during summertime that, during the school year, it's like, even though it's very busy, it's very consistent. There's a routine in place.
Mm-hmm.
So when summer comes and everybody has this new routine for this time of almost 2 months, but it seems almost chaotic, like, and it throws everything, like, I don't know, like in my house and for me mentally, like trying to think about everybody's schedules and like, who's doing what and who's going where. Like this morning, my kiddo had to be at a camp. She was leaving to go up north for a couple of days. And it's like, okay, so like now we have to figure out whose work schedule is going to align, like who's dropping off toddlers and then all of the things, and then be back for work and being present and all of that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says here the summer slump in the workplace. For working adults, the summer slump is characterized by fatigue, distraction, and reduced productivity, which often drops by about 20%.
That's so wild. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm not super surprised. because I'm also feeling that same way with like having to remember schedules and where my kids are going. And my kid has therapy and a psychiatric nurse practitioner and who's taking him to that appointment, who's going to be picking up, dropping off. And also, my children act like they've never eaten a day in their life in the summer. So when they're home from camp, it's like, I want a snack, I want this. And it's like, I got to make sure I have enough food in my house to feed these kids and my
The
husband.
the grocery bill definitely goes up during summer months. It's like added stress.
100%. I'm like, do you not eat at camp? Like, what is going on?
Are they rationed? Do you get like one like fig at lunchtime and that's
No,
it?
like, what's happening? Like, these things are crazy. But I think also I've noticed because I'm in person now at my facility, and even with our clients, you can kind of see like, they're like not really in it. They're kind of like going slower to group and things like that. So it's just like you kind of notice it and you try to bring that energy up here too, and our counselors that are here too on site.
Well, I think the heat also, like, it's so weird. And you would think, like, we go
Mm-hmm.
through all these, like they talk about seasonal depression and stuff like that. Like, so with summer here, especially in the southern parts of the states, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so hot. Like, it's so
So
hot.
hot.
And the other day I was going to do a presentation at a facility, and it was just like you could totally feel the vibe of like you're saying, like with the clients and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
people were I had a couple people that were coming to meet me, and they're like, we got stuck in traffic, and it was this and that, and then it was just like the heat, the ick of like the
Mm-hmm.
sticky
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So the fact that I didn't know that was a thing, I'm curious if any of our people listening knew that was a thing, and if you
Mm-hmm.
care to leave a comment on what the summer slump, how it affects you. Did you, what the if the summer slump has affected you or how you notice it affecting others around you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I have felt, and I shared this with you guys before we got started, is kind of like a little disconnected. I actually have taken a little bit of time to slow down intentionally, but feeling very disconnected from my work, and to the point that this was needed today,
Mm-hmm.
right? To come back, to ground myself, and to kind of recommit and center myself on what's important. And you both, and mindful moments and mind your moments, super important. So thank you for allowing me to do that.
Well, thank you for making the time on your time off because you did get to slow down and take very well deserved time off. But
Yes.
I appreciate that you want to plug back in because sometimes it's hard to plug back in once you've been off for so long in general or staying off, in between.
Right.
But I feel like too, in kind of tying back into the summer slump, like I have been disconnected in certain areas of my life as well. And I'm always so happy when I get to connect with you too. And like I feel like I just get rejuvenated. So even with our mindful moments that's bi-weekly, I'm like, I wish it was every day that I could see you guys. Like I really do, because I do get like that. And that's where sometimes it's whatever's going on, at home or whatever. But it's like I wish I could replug back in so that the fact that you intentionally replug back in, I think is really good and helpful. But in general.
It's been helpful. I looked at my calendar today. I just kind of got back into the swing of things and just feeling the feeling of what's coming up, because for the past 4 days, I haven't looked at anything, to the point now where I woke up and I was like, I realized that I need to recenter and get grounded again. But you both mentioned a couple things as working parents, and I'm sure, you both are working mothers, but I'm sure working parents in general. You mentioned a couple of things that are important to you: knowing where the kids are going, knowing who's where, having enough
Mm-hmm.
snacks in the house, and making those preparations that maybe we otherwise wouldn't need when, in the cooler months or when it's not summertime. And I think that now that I'm really looking at it, what would be most beneficial for me moving forward to stay plugged in is my morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
And adding in, even though I've taken some time to myself, I'm going to add in, okay, I'm still going to look at my calendar every day. Even though times are slow for me, I'm intentionally off, I still do want to look at my calendar. Are there anything that you have identified that you might say, oh, this is important for me during this summertime where productivity is a little lower?
Well, one thing that I want to share is actually not something of mine, but something I saw recently, and it just kind of reminded me based on what you mentioned of morning routine. And so I saw that somebody I'm connected with that also works in the field that mentioned on a social media post how she's decided now to be very intentional about her morning and choose to, like, one thing that she enjoys is to drink her coffee outside and to just take that few minutes for herself. And as I read that, like, I really, I felt it. Like, because I also, before we moved, which this is going on 2 years now, but in my old house, like, I had a space where I could go sit outside and drink my coffee.
Mhm.
And the space here, we've not created that same type of vibe yet. And so full transparency, we had a screened in spot, and like out here, there's just too many gnats and things and all the whatever. So I don't want to be bothered with it. But it hit me to my core of like just recognizing that if I get up a few minutes earlier and I give myself that time to just drink my coffee in
Mhm.
peace, whether inside or outside, or if you're a tea drinker, whatever. But for me, it's coffee. How that changes my day, my mindset.
Mhm.
It's fun how we can take an existing, you know, part of our routine, like coffee. Anybody that's a coffee drinker, or tea or your morning smoothie, whatever your first morning beverage. I think we could say that everybody has a routine. Even your water. Some people are like, I just only drink
Mhm.
warm water in the morning, and taking that and adding in that piece. I'm going to do this outside. I'm going to do this while I listen to insert your, motivational speaker of choice, or your faith-based,
Mhm.
learning of choice, where we can add to something existing that we're already doing. And I think that James Clear talks about that in his book, Atomic Habits,
Mhm.
taking a habit that we already have and adding something to it. I think, it's called habit stacking, actually. I
Mhm.
remember the term now. That's what that reminds me of. Let's make what we're already doing really mindful.
Mhm. That's one of my favorite books. That's really helped me try to get better at my habits because there were good habits that I had, but also bad habits that helped me, like, get away from the certain things on social media and like things that I was like just were unhealthy in a sense. One of my favorite ones was one of the examples was like making something harder for you to get to. So I had a friend who read the book and she loved to like game, but it was on her laptop. And so she would put her laptop like in her closet in a really obnoxious place. So then she's like, I don't have to do all that work to get it down. And so, like, little things that you can do to like make something harder to attain, then you're probably going to lose that habit relatively soon too.
Right.
So, but I love that book. But I think with having those good habits and making sure that you're checking in with yourself is a big one, and taking that time, like getting your coffee outside, or if you work in an office like I do, and I need to leave this office at some point because I'm staring
Oh,
at three
good one.
screens all day, and I need to walk out of here. Like, I need to go get some air outside, or at least just walk around the facility because it is so hot outside, and we're in like direct sun out here, so it's like it's really hot. So I can take a loop around and say hi to the clients, and also be a face for other people to like say hi, good morning, like I'm not your usual that you see here all the time. Because sometimes I feel like people get in the slump and they get in the mundane and they're like, I see my counselor every day, I go to the same group every day, I see the same people every day. And where I can just be like, hi, good morning. Or some of them like to joke with me and they're like, can I talk to you about your car's extended warranty? And I go, oh, I did the last time and it didn't work. So, like, just have
That's
some,
adorable.
yeah.
That's adorable. I like that you both mentioned outside activities,
Mhm.
and whatever that means. Grounding does happen a lot in nature, So if you can keep that, or maybe you take that scenic drive to
Mhm.
work instead of along, the highway. Is there a
Mhm.
more delightful way that you can get to where you're going? But
Mhm.
also just recognizing too, giving myself grace that this time of year,
Mhm.
this is a proven fact. This is a proven thing now. I didn't know. Thank you, Carly, again, and Crystal for educating me. Okay, kids are home. My schedule is going to change. I am probably not going to operate at what looks like my 100% normally.
Mhm.
And I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to take care of my work. And maybe my house is not going to be vacuumed every evening before I go to sleep because but now I would use this as an excuse. I'd be like, what's a summer slump? Just forget the floor. No, that's not what I mean. Um, but giving ourselves a little bit of leniency, especially when you're a high performer, top, like, always on the go
Mhm.
people like we are serving other people. Sometimes I think it's important to just say, I'm giving myself grace today. That's what's happening here.
Mhm.
I agree. I think that you touch on something so important that no matter what, if it's a, seasonal depression during the winter time, or if it's the summer slump during
Mhm.
the summertime, whatever's going on, like if we can find a way to, add in a positive habit on a habit we're already doing to change it up a little bit and then just give ourselves grace. I think that that's really kind of a key component to just making it through a little lighter than
Mhm.
what we could be kind of dragging through alternatively.
Yeah, and one of the ways that we do that is that we get together virtually every 2 weeks. And that means that
Mhm.
this Thursday, which
It's the
is
best day of the week.
July 16th, which happens
Hmm.
to be 2 days before Crystal's birthday. Just saying.
Ooh.
Just saying. She's going to be 28.
Yeah, that sounds
Congratulations.
great.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yeah. Um, that's the 16th. So we'd love to have you join us for Mindful Moments. It's a virtual gathering of like-minded individuals who serve the behavioral health space. We come together to connect, recharge. It's a bit of self-care for busy behavioral health professionals. That sounded kind of good, right?
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
And
I
we'd love
like
to
it.
have you there. So, of course, you can
Mhm.
message us on this platform, reach out to us by phone. I don't know, carrier pigeon, bat signal. I'm not sure. We're
Yeah.
all over. We're so famous
Just
on the
join
internet.
us.
It's not
Yeah.
even funny. You Google Carly Sullivan Orozco. You're like, oh my God, this girl's fabulous.
That's her. Oh God.
That's her.
Oh
Yes.
no. I don't know about all that.
We're legends in our own mind. Is
Yes.
exactly
Yes.
what I meant to say.
The most
But
important
reach out
place
to
to
us.
be a
We'd love to
legend.
connect. Yes,
My kids think I'm their superhero, so
you are. You
Definitely.
are. As a matter of fact, last week you changed my life with a little bit of self-care advice.
good.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad.
I really do. And I would talk about it in further detail, but I don't want a lot of editing
That's okay.
Yes.
for this episode.
Please, not a lot
So,
of editing. You're
No,
catching
no.
us raw and real, and we're here to
Mhm.
less editing is way better. So
Yes.
we're so grateful for all of you guys joining us, and I think we're gonna catch you next
Mhm.
time. So in the meantime,
yes,
mind your
mind your
moments.
Mind your
moments.
moments.
Yes.
All right, ladies.